Well, he is a serial internet entrepreneur, and for those of us in media, he's the man behind Media Bistro. Alan Meckler joins us now to talk about all that and more. Thanks for being here, Alan. Appreciate
Happy to be here.
Talk first about your early days running Internet.com to your current role as the CEO of Web Media Brands, everything. We know Media Bistro, TV Newser, Web Newser. Talk to us about the change you've seen.
When I started off in the internet space, there was no World Wide Web. That's how far back I go. That's 1990, 91.
I remember those days.
I don't think so.
I do.
And we did a lot of trade shows, and the evolution has been amazing, obviously, because in 15 or 20 years, going from where no one even knew what the internet was to it's just a matter of everyday activity now.
Looking at the businesses, I mean, a lot of your sites, Media Bistro, TV Newser, et cetera, they are must-stop sites for people like me that are in the industry. But when it comes to monetizing them, there's always a hurdle. So how do you get around that? You have these niche sites, and the people that are in the industry love them, but you got to make money off them, too.
Absolutely. Well, the key with content is planting the flag first. If you get there first, and you do a great job, you win the readership, hopefully someone like you and your colleagues. And once you get into that position, it's not so hard to sell advertising because everyone knows that that's the must-read. Now, the beauty of our blog network is that we have such loyal, fierce readership growing all the time that we also have a job board associated with that readership. We have events associated with the readership. We have online education and trade shows. So not only are we selling advertising, but we don't live and die by advertising. The real profit to the company comes from these other services that we're selling to the readership.
Looking at some of your competitors, indirect and direct competitors, looking at, say, paidcontent.org, there are some of these smaller, arguably more nimble companies that can have equal reach. How do you compete?
Well, we're pretty small, and we have, again, a much greater depth of offerings. If you looked at our job board versus that company's job board, I mean, it's a fine site, a great property.
Yeah.
But I would imagine we have 800 or 900 more jobs than they have on any given day. And we keep growing. So we have many more shows. The big thing is the scope. There's a tipping point where you get to have a critical mass that you reach is a better word. And we've reached that critical mass with all of our content.
What was your biggest hurdle, Alan, in all that you've done with the internet and being the serial entrepreneur within that sector? What's been the biggest hurdle for you?
The biggest problem is being able to overcome defeat. You have to have a very tough... I'm not a tough guy, but you have to be able to handle the lows because there are many of those in between the successes.
And any specific story you can recount for us on that?
Well, I will tell you that back in 93 and 94, I was willing to take my modest publishing company and give half of it away, well, not to sell half of it for $500,000 to launch a magazine, which would be the first magazine to cover the internet, and launch a trade show called Internet World. And all the big media companies at the time, 32 of them, and venture capital companies, private equity, they all turned me down because they said they didn't think the internet would be anything more than a modem business.
And now look.
Yep.
And just look back now. Yeah. Alan Meckler, appreciate you joining us. Thanks so much.
Well, thank you.